The late Queen's first cousin, Prince Edward, Duke of Kent, is married to the late Queen's daughter, Katharine, Duchess of Kent. In 1961, the pair tied the knot, and the future Duchess wore a stunning wedding gown for the occasion. On June 8, 1961, at York Minster, Catherine Worsley wed Prince Edward, Duke of Kent, when she was 90 years old and he was 87. The Irish fashion designer John Kavanagh was responsible for the bridal gown that was worn by the new Duchess of Kent. Because Mr. Kavanagh had trained under Edward Molyneux, the designer of Princess Marina's own wedding gown beginning in 1934, this option was made based on the recommendation given by Princess Marina, who is Prince Edward's mother. The dress measured 217 meters in length and was constructed out of white patterned silk. It featured a high-scooped neckline, long sleeves, and a fitted waist. The rear of the long skirt was concealed by a double train that measured 15 feet in length. However, the dress also had a secret feature that almost nobody knew about at the time. This feature was buried at the back of the dress. According to the accounts, some of the stitches on the gown's hem were purposefully left unstitched in accordance with the notion that it is fortunate to leave some section of a wedding dress unfinished. This was done in order to bring the bride good luck. The new Duchess accessorized her look with a tall veil and a diamond bandeau-style tiara that had formerly belonged to the late Queen Mary, the husband's grandmother. In 1925, the Queen made the acquisition of the crown jewels from Garrard & Co. Catherine and Princess Marina were both concerned about the appearance of her wedding dress in Mr. Kavanagh's studio, which gave the impression that it was quite large. However, the designer assuaged the couple's concerns by assuring them that the size would be appropriate for the wedding at York Minster. There was also the issue that the clothing was excessively cumbersome and would be difficult to move around in. Before the wedding, Catherine worked with Mr. Kavanagh to perfect her movements while wearing the dress. Specifically, she worked on walking, bending over, and kneeling while wearing it. When Prince Edward and Princess Catherine decided to have their wedding at York Minster, rather than continuing the centuries-old custom of having royal weddings take place in Westminster Abbey, they went against the grain of royal tradition. It had been nearly 600 years since the last royal wedding that had been celebrated there. Westminster Abbey has played host to the weddings of several prominent royal couples throughout the years, including the late Queen Elizabeth and Prince Philip, the Prince and Princess of Wales, and the Duke and Duchess of York. However, some members of the royal family, such as the Duke and Duchess of Sussex and the Duke and Duchess of Edinburgh, chose not to get married in Westminster Abbey. St. George Chapel in Windsor Castle played host to the nuptials of both of these couples, in addition to Princess Eugenie and Jack Brooksbank. In a similar fashion, Princess Diana and King Charles tied the knot at St. Paul's Cathedral, but Princess Beatrice and Edoardo Mapelli Mosey tied the knot at the All Saints' Chapel in Windsor.